Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Borderline Banter. It's Friday night. Hope you had a good week and you're going to enjoy your weekend. We have a full crew tonight. One is running a little behind, but he'll be with us here shortly. Let's kick it off. As always, it's me, Mike, and I'm here with Dustin. How's it going, Dustin?
I'm doing pretty good. Welcome to the banter, everybody. It's Halloween weekend,
Oh, yeah.
technically, right?
Forgot about that. Wait, we have a show.
Happy Halloween.
We have a show before Halloween.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah, no, they're all partying tonight. Yes.
This is the Halloween weekend.
So if you're watching us, thank you very much. We appreciate it.
I think we've got a few more people with us here tonight. Jace, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. It's been a fun week so far, and I'm excited for the weekend. It's supposed to snow tonight.
Yeah.
Y'all got snow up there? No.
Oh,
Yeah.
who's that? Hello?
Oh yeah, we also have a guest
there you
tonight.
go,
We
yes.
have Jermaine.
Thank you. Hey, Jermaine, how's it going, man?
It's going good.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I missed the last one I was supposed to be on.
No worries. Well, we welcome you back anyway. We appreciate it. Schedules happen. Show always goes on, though. Don't worry. Borderline Banter will always be
You were
here.
trying to say that my man's was guilty that day,
Yeah.
so I couldn't.
He proved him.
Couldn't
Yeah.
afford to show up. No.
Yeah. You didn't want to be proven guilt, Ron. Himoto should be with us here shortly. He's probably working hard right now. Yeah, but he will be with us here shortly.
Working.
Or he's hardly working. We should probably start here, and we'll actually start with some breaking news.
You want to start with the breaking news?
We have to start with breaking news. As of 15 minutes ago, maybe 20 now, CNN just reported main shooter found dead. Okay, so they just lifted everything, but he's been found dead, which we knew that was going to happen. Like, there's no way. But
yeah, it's quite the update. But all throughout today, I kept seeing manhunt's still going, manhunt's still going.
So,
I was like, damn, they're not gonna get the guy.
Yeah, this article was literally released 20 minutes ago, so they just released it.
And this is from CNN. What we know so far, Robert Card, the suspect in the Lewiston, Maine shooting rampage, is dead from an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound.
As always, yeah.
Unfortunately, that was one of the things we were saying is one of the likely outcomes here.
Yeah.
And I didn't like this outcome because now we can't ever really know.
They said they found a letter at his house, but they wouldn't disclose what it said or how long it was. But I'm
like
sure
a manifesto?
They didn't say that. They said we're not releasing anything. So.
All right. Law enforcement had been conducting an intensive manhunt for Card following the Wednesday shooting rampage in Lewiston, Maine that left at least 18 dead and 13 wounded. Those numbers keep kind of shifting.
Yeah, well,
according to authorities,
it wasn't at 50.
Lifted the shelter-in-place order.
Yeah, remember it was 50. That's how fake news gets out there. Because at first it was 50 people were wounded.
Yeah, it was 22 dead, 50 wounded.
It was,
and now it's 18 and 13.
See, that's why when it's breaking news and live, there's always so much information. One story starts with it, then the next takes it, and the next takes it. Boom, we even said it. So we do apologize about that. So we'll retract that.
I'd say the possibility is he didn't kill himself. Maybe they tortured him a little.
Yeah.
Find out, if he's a part of any groups or something.
Yeah, because it just comes light of the attacks just recently, right? And everybody said that right away. They're like, oh, it's Hamas, it's Israel, it's Hamas. It's like, there's been shooters before Hamas started this, right? So.
Yeah, but the whole thing is he was, I would say he military, but somewhat crazy. But I'm pretty sure they scrubbed not scrub it, but, well, I think they did. His Twitter, or X now, or whatever, showing that, he was mostly in the conservative group on most of the things. Everything. Or you never know. He could have been targeting, I think they said something about an ex-girlfriend or something.
That's what I heard, yeah. So, but again, that could be fake news. I'm not too sure. That was that same night.
Yeah. But yeah, you never really know. But also, you never know. She may have, went against, what he believed in, or it could have been a semi-targeted and everything. Because it's a small town.
Yeah, everybody
So you
knows
already
everybody.
know where everybody knows everybody. So you don't know he may have accidentally killed the wrong person, a person that was actually nice to him, and everything. Certainly, you just go in, ripping it off and everything. He
Us.
could have just went to,
Go ahead. Sorry.
no, or he was going to the places that he knew that the dude that the ex girlfriend was messing with was at,
Yeah.
or
Well,
he knew that was a area.
can never justify it though. That is it is a horrible, horrible thing. But yeah, that is, you don't know what was going through the guy's head. You don't, not that it is an excuse. Like there's, like I said, as we always say, there's always people to reach out to. Never doing something dramatic. You can always get better. But yes, you don't know exactly what's going through his head. Anyone else have anything to say about this sad incident?
No, it's a
Like,
tragedy.
Yeah, I knew he was gonna die. I knew it. Like you just, there's no
It'll be
way.
interesting to
they-
see more details on this.
Yeah, it's like I thought he was gonna get a shootout with the cops. I'm glad he didn't do more damage. And that, sorry to interrupt, Jace. I do that too much. But if he was actually randomly attacking people, he would have kept doing it. I think you're right.
do you mean?
Like, because he only attacked the 2 places, and then
Right.
No, it was actually now it's only 2.
3?
No, it was 2. It said 3
Okay,
the
2.
first night. Now it's only 2. It was a bowling alley and a cornhole bar. Yeah. But you're right. I think what Jermaine was just saying, that how he was after someone and then he kind of shot other people there. Because if he was trying to kill many people, he would have kept going, wouldn't he? He wouldn't have just hit for 2 days.
I mean, I can't. Your sentence, I can't go. He killed
I need
18
more
people.
details.
He killed a bunch of people.
I'm not saying
Yeah.
yes, but if
I'm not going to say he was targeting one person when he killed 18.
I'm not saying that
wounded
though. He
13. Like,
killed
that's
all
I
18
can't
people.
follow that.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying
I
that.
can't follow that.
But what I'm
he
saying,
wanted to kill a lot of people.
Oh,
he went out with a
but
weapon
if he
designed to do
coulda
what he
killed,
did.
But he got away. He's gone for 2 days. You know, like.
I want to say that.
Right, you're theorizing his reason for
No,
that.
Jermaine was saying
as
that he
simple
was
as-
after his ex-girlfriend or whatever. He went there. He lost his mind. Okay, he killed all those people 100%. But if he was actively just going around killing everybody, he would have kept going to other places. Not defending the guy at all. But you see what I'm saying?
I think you're making assumptions. I don't see what you're saying, because
How?
he could simply have ran out of ammunition.
Yeah, but I don't think that guy.
Have you
ran out of
considered he
ammunition.
ran out of ammunition?
I don't think that's the guy who
left
ran
himself
out.
a one
I don't-
bullet left to
I
finish
don't
himself.
see that's a guy.
He had a Suzuki bike. They gave all the details of all the cars he had. He had a Suzuki bike. He was ready to run. I'm saying they probably caught him earlier on, and they were trying to find out information from him without putting it out that they caught him.
That could be it too. They lie all the time, so that could be it. But I can't say that's. There's no proof of that, right?
Because if they always say they found somebody with a self-inflicted wound, but then magically they start, connecting other folks to
Yeah.
the situation of a shooting. How can you connect people to the, like a shooting or a bombing or something like that, or whatever, if the person's already dead? I understand, you can scrub the internet and everything.
But yeah, you can't figure anything out until you can get more from a live person.
Yeah, but the thing is,
But that's just allegedly. That's just your theory, right? But he's dead, so.
Yeah, that's just my theory of, they always say, we ain't found the person. They said that about a lot of people. But then they magically end up dead in a lake or in multiple other places or whatever. Thing is, how you find them, laying in a, embankment or something. I understand, it may be a self-inflicted wound.
These are the victims?
I was trying to find the actual guy. Yeah, I
think
think
that's
these are the
the one.
victims.
I think it's good to see better to see the victim, yeah. But he's a. Yeah, I've never even seen a good picture of him, actually. So.
Yeah,
But
here's where
see,
they were
something like
searching the
that-
river.
This thing, if you're doing all this, right? You searching rivers, etc., etc. My whole thing is, how can you, quote unquote, locate the body, hypothetically, even if it is, let's say he went to, it looks like he went to a farm. Is that one?
Apparently, they had to declare a Maine lettuce farm. We really missed that coverage, but I guess that happened today. So.
But yeah, we'll find out more, I'm sure.
Okay.
There's more to come.
See, it was why would he go to a farm and shoot himself? I'm saying
He
it was
didn't,
a farm somebody tortured.
No, they cleared the
what I'm
farm. They
saying.
didn't find him at the farm. No,
Yeah,
the very top here it said where they found him. They found him
Uh,
in an area near the recycling center from which he had been recently fired. In the woods near Lisbon.
So,
Okay.
About 8
That's it.
miles from Lewiston. He took off in the woods near his old job and offed himself, I guess. That's what they've got here.
That's questionable. I'm
yeah.
just saying it questionable just to have, a theory because they say that a lot of people just do that out of nowhere. Usually there is circumstances with it. I'm not saying, maybe somebody did catch him and they torched him and, you you can tie somebody's hand to a gun or whatever and make it seem like it's self-inflicted all day, every day.
Yeah, for sure. And
I don't really care whether or not that's the case. I mean, I'm more
I know,
concerned with the 566 mass shootings we've had this year.
But now mass shootings, like, does that involve like that? Now, I'm not defending again, but how many of those were gang shootings? Oh, it says like how many of those were gang?
Why does that matter?
Just I'm not saying that matters, but that's a different thing, right? And mass shootings is I'm not saying that's
No, mass shootings are mass shootings.
Yeah.
They're defined pretty simply.
But does that mean someone dies or just been shot?
No, that'd be a mass casualty event.
So mass shootings is just injuries.
This includes shootings where people don't die, yes.
Okay.
Does that make it better?
No, I'm not. I'm just asking, right?
Like this 566 mass shootings.
That's
a lot.
What's considered a mass shooting? How many people?
Well, I mean, we'd have to look at what CNN considers it.
There has to be a level.
Obviously, it's CNN reporting that,
because
so
it's
not
one person, right? One person's not mass. Is 2 people, 3, 4? What? James,
and again,
how's it going? You quiet over there?
If you counted one-person gun crimes, it would be
Oh,
way
yeah.
more.
I know it's not
166.
one. I know it's not one. I'm just saying though, like, is it? It's not. It has to be more than 2 as well, right? Because
Yeah.
what's considered? I'm not sure, but okay. Well,
CNN reports mass shootings based on data from the Gun Violence Archive, a nonprofit organization that tracks gun violence in the United States. CNN and the GVA define a mass shooting as a shooting that injured or killed 4 or more people, not including the shooter. The number of mass shootings and casualties is not exact and subject to change as reports from law enforcement, media, and other sources GVA relies upon are updated and verified.
Okay, so 4 people.
So there you go.
Okay.
There's also a chart if we really wanted to see how it's gone from 255 up to 600. Actually, let me just put this up here. Why not? It's a good article. It's from CNN. Yeah.
Well, it's America.
We're only up to October, guys.
Here we go.
Calm down.
You only got 2 months left. Come on.
It's
So
America. Everybody got a gun.
During COVID, it spiked.
No, that's just because people going crazy. I would not say that in general, but people
this
going
is a
crazy
just
in the
straight up
house,
incline, and
protests.
we're just going up.
Well,
Just
that 20,
something's making it just
20
go
to
up.
22 is COVID. But I guess the year's still not over, so.
Yeah, I bet we'll get up to that 645 number or close to it.
Oh, probably. I mean, there's no reason not to. I mean, look at the chart. It's done nothing but go up. I mean, there's this little kind of dip down, but that's such a little thing. It's not real. I mean, another one of those little dips right here, but it's like these numbers are ridiculous.
Right before election season, ain't it?
Right before election, yeah.
That's right.
Well, yeah, if you just want to like point at 2020 and be like different things there, yeah, COVID, but also
people
yeah,
got
election.
all kinds of reasons to buy guns right now. Like
Also
there's mass shootings
protests, the
happening,
George Floyd
there's
protests.
yeah,
Like,
there's
if you just want to throw like, but that doesn't say anything. Just saying something happened this year
And
doesn't.
it just people
correlate
were
it.
crazy. Like, people did go crazy during COVID. COVID was insane, you know? Like,
I'm just saying that like the drastic, going 2016, whatever happened then, I'm not sure. But then it dips down right before election. Well, dips a little before the election time, and then shoots up during the election cycle, and then then after the election cycle, it went all the way up to everything.
yeah, hello, Himoto. How's it going?
Welcome to the show, Hamoto.
He's always quiet at the beginning, but
He's
you
just shy.
you just missed us talking about how they found that shooter in Maine, found him dead. And we just actually had a good lengthy conversation about it. We still can't hear you for the record, but I'm sure you'll get there in a second. But yeah, to our next story from And maybe we should just wait for Himoto, actually. Give him a few
Well,
more
this is-
seconds. Sorry?
This is from CTV News in Vancouver. So
Yeah.
this happened in Vancouver? Cool. So this is 2 arrested and Vancouver police crackdown on unsanctioned safe drug supply program.
So, Vancouver's one of the biggest cities here in Canada, and they just decriminalized hard drugs like fentanyl, heroin, and cocaine.
Then why are these people being criminalized?
Because they were.
It's just out of state
Yeah, we'll
area.
find out. Because no, but the thing is, it's illegal to sell it still. It's but
Right.
you're allowed to possess it, right? So,
So,
and that's the
they're
thing.
probably selling it.
And people were, and actually, and let's just give some backstory. A few months ago, there's this guy. He was actually selling cocaine, and it was all over the news. And he was honest about it. He's like, I test the cocaine and heroin, and when he bought the cocaine, it would come in a little jar with the Coca-Cola sticker on it. Anyway,
Gotcha.
he died of an overdose shortly after he opened his storefront.
Hey, he was testing it at least.
Yeah, he died too. It's just kind of sad. It's really sad, not kind of sad. But he was testing the drugs and selling them. Just he wasn't supposed to sell them, and then he died. Now these two guys, I'm not 100% sure what they were doing. I'm sure it was something on the same lines though.
So, but my thought on these kinds of programs is that it's meant to save lives, make sure people don't overdose, because people who are addicted are going to go get their fix, whether
Yes,
they do it in
but
a
it's
safe way or
illegal.
not.
Yes, but it's illegal to sell drugs though. So
But what if they're not selling it? They're just providing the area and the needles and the substance.
because I'm not sure it has to be regulated. You rather
Yeah.
sure, and I'm sure they'd rather have it regulated because shit can go downhill pretty quick, right? So
Yeah, but if it saves lives, it saves lives. Anyway, in the article, authorities say they seized a variety of
actually,
suspected drugs during
Himoto,
the
are you there
search.
yet?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
here.
Sorry, man. How's it going?
Oh, good.
Sorry,
Won't be
Jace.
at work. I'm good.
No worries. Sorry to cut you off, Jace. Welcome to the show, Himoto. Continue, Jace. My bad.
So they seized a variety of suspected drugs, including heroin, possible heroin and cocaine, but could not provide the quantities of any item. And they asked whether police were concerned the seizure could result in drug users who rely on the Compassion Club's services take more dangerous substance. The cop themselves actually said absolutely. So, yeah, it puts that community in danger because addicted people are going to addict.
Yeah, they're gonna do drugs no matter what. So yeah, they're gonna get charged, but
Yeah, that's definitely like an unintended consequence we don't want to see. That's not something we're ever trying to achieve. We fully support safe supply, but it has to be legal. So what was illegal about it?
they weren't regulated it probably through the government. They probably weren't regulating it. They were just selling it by themselves.
Authorities have not publicly identified either of the individuals.
Released without charges.
Okay, so they are selling it at a safe cost for over a year.
They're just getting
Okay,
harassed.
I
They didn't.
gotcha.
They didn't charge them. They were without charges. They just harassed people.
Well, harass.
This is a pretty common police
But they're
tactic.
still selling drugs without that could. That's safe to them, but I'm just so I can
So
see
they
why.
release them without charges. Like what? I don't know.
That does
Yeah,
make
they literally
sense.
just
Why
harass
this
them.
is it's kind of silly. Now, I shouldn't expect much from CTV. That is actually probably my mistake because CTV is very weird with the articles. But yeah, that's
Yeah, this article is entirely this horrible thing. They were busted, but they weren't
So-
busted.
According to DULF, the Drug User Liberation Front themselves, the organization has been selling tested drugs. That's one of your concerns. At cost. That's one of your other concerns for over a year. Your only real concern is they didn't go get registered.
I didn't say that's my concern. I'm just saying
I mean,
that's that
well,
concern.
no, but these were the other concerns.
Yeah,
that it's
so-
not tested. Well, they're saying it's tested and they're
Okay.
not making a profit. It's at cost. That's
Okay.
called not non-profit when you do it at cost.
Yeah.
They've reduced drug
Unlike
use
our
among-
show, which will soon be not non-profit.
No,
So the Compassion Club program has seen promising results, including fewer overdoses, reduced drug use among some clients, and 0 associated deaths. So they provide monitoring, I assume, to make sure they don't overdose, and safe environment overall. Not a place where somebody's going to just stab you.
Yeah. Well.
I I mean, it's kind of the same thing with like decriminalizing marijuana, right? Like, do you want to talk to the guy who just stops by and brings you a baggie, or you go to them, and it's weird and awkward, or do you want to just go to a store and buy it?
I miss those awkward days. Come on.
I don't miss those awkward
I
days.
do. I mean, I never did the devil's lettuce. Oh, no.
Liar.
But yeah. But yeah, that's, I don't know. I do believe there should be safe injection sites for sure, but they have to be. I believe they should definitely be regulated. They definitely should be on the books and known that it's there.
The other side of this, and something that this article probably doesn't point out, is what is the barrier to entry for them to be regulated or them to be a legitimate safe spot? Is it something where the government literally just doesn't let them do it?
I don't know. I can't answer that.
Right. Like it may
Or you have to
be an
buy directly from the
impossible. Yeah, it may be something impossible to do. Like they may not have a legal path to get registered, so to say.
Well, you've also got the potential where it's somebody who has a criminal history wanting to help people, but they can't now because getting registered, you're going to just bust them. So, I mean, 'cause that's why people don't register in some cases. I mean, if you've got a criminal history, you're not going to register, but you may be somebody who wants to help people. I mean, a lot of the ones helping them are former users themselves.
You know the guy who knows how
Former
to make heroin.
users are the main counselors. So, like, a lot of these people and probably a lot of this DULF group do not want the police with a database of their names. That would be the argument against registering mutants. Oh, sorry, we're not watching X-Men. They did that storyline.
Do you know how grindy it is to make heroin in the
It's
first
very
place? I mean, come
grindy. Oh my
on.
god. But I leveled up.
Okay, before we...
No, they probably want the list of whoever's coming in so they can bust them because they're gonna be like, okay, this person will be carrying the heroin. You know, out
It's a
in the
lot like
city center.
it's a lot like the marijuana dispensaries here. They could just go in and do busts whenever they want.
Yeah, see,
It doesn't matter if you're registered.
That's where Canada's different because it's legal across the board here. So
like, even if you're doing this drug supply program, you're still literally breaking a federal law in Canada at the same time.
They're breaking up. I believe
So,
that's but see that's kind of the same way here because Vancouver's a city, and Vancouver legalized it or decriminalized it. Sorry, as
Right,
the
so they're still
province
breaking
of
a law
British Columbia. No, provincial and federally, yes, but they're not going to jump in. They're going to let them. They're not going to do that until.
Right, but you're asking people to admit on like pieces of paper that they're doing a crime federally, even though at the city level it's quote not.
20 years ago, the government released.
You're not going to get a lot of people that
20
want to do
years
that.
ago, the government released a statement to the public asking for marijuana growers to come forward so they can sell to the government for testing, and people did, and the government paid them even though they had illegal farms. So I don't know, like government's pretty weird.
Yeah, our government does different things.
Yeah, we want to make sure the right people have the.
Like, I wouldn't have went to the government. If I had a pot farm, I would be like, oh yeah, sure, I saw your ad in the newspaper, like, you want some weed?
Hey, Uncle Sam, I am in fact growing a large metric fuck ton of weed. I just thought you'd like to know,
Our government
because
would
I
be
sell
like-
it at a dispensary, so I just had to register.
We don't have Uncle
Our
Sam.
government would be like, hey,
woo.
we need this for testing purposes, and then later on the news, in a giant sting operation, federal authorities were able to seize up
Over
to this
1
many
ton of
pounds.
marijuana.
No, they go and they bust, dispensaries all the time.
Criminal
yeah.
overlord Jeff Smith has been apprehended.
Okay.
I went to the dispensary today. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
I don't miss the shady time.
I'm gonna go tomorrow.
Yeah. All right.
So
I think
a
probably good to move on, right?
Yes. From the Weather Network, actually. This is a follow-up from a story we did on Wednesday there. 27 sadly have been confirmed dead in the hurricane that suddenly appeared.
Hurricane Otis.
Yeah, so it came out of nowhere. Not it didn't come out of nowhere, but it got super powerful. It got to category 5, I believe, didn't it?
Yeah, it became Cat 5 unexpectedly. They were thinking it would hit as a Cat 4 or lower, and nope.
So
Otis ripped through pretty bad.
Sure. So yeah, that's super sad. 27. It could have been worse, but that they did pretty good though. Like that, the Mexican government did a hell of a job.
And Acapulco, Mexico, this is a tourist-heavy place.
Yeah.
This is a tourist
Like
town.
yes, 27 died, but it could have been much worse. Like you
Lots
think
of big-ass
you
hotels
think
like
the
they're showing
American
them.
government would have been able to get everybody out within a day? I don't know.
The American government, we do not believe. If you stay there, that's on you.
Yeah. So,
Well, I mean, America is not going to evacuate something in Mexico.
no, but I'm saying that happened like in New Orleans or something again, and they had a day's notice. Would they rush that fast?
I think
No,
there's a lot of people who stay and ride storms out.
Yeah.
Like, Americans are crazy.
But
Yeah, it's your
Right.
choice. It's your legal choice to get blew away. If they give you a warning, even though the highways will be backed up out of everything, but some people don't want to, leave. Their family. We built this house, blah blah.
yeah,
How you gonna build it if you dead?
Bro,
You
exactly.
can.
Like, you built it, but it's gonna go down whether you're in it or not. Like,
You got hurricane insurance. If you don't, just like insurance companies are pulling out of Florida because they either always flood,
that's
like always.
scary as holy. Look at that. Like
Like multiple floors of these
I
big
mean, that
hotels are
bathtub has
just.
a fantastic view,
Yeah.
though.
oh, that'd be so
Wait,
scary.
wait.
Oh, just standing in this
wait.
building. What the hell?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that
look.
building could fucking
Uh,
collapse. That roof,
But
like
you wanna
that.
know something?
Oh,
American probably owns the whole building.
Maybe, probably.
Because
I mean, it could be anybody from
Colum-
other countries. I mean,
Or
we got a lot
China
of
owns
billionaires.
that building.
No, I know for a fact in Colombia, they most of the little hostels and all that are American owned some way. Even the hotels are
Yeah,
usually
that's
American
just
owned.
destroyed.
Where would that be? No,
I mean,
Puerto
this is like
Rico.
crazy. This is gonna be rebuilding for a very long time.
Yeah, but yeah, no, like what Puerto Rico or whatever. After they had that hurricane that hit there or whatever, people from Australia was going down there buying up properties, just
Yeah.
like Oprah did.
Oh yeah,
They're doing it in Maui
and
right now.
and we're gonna have that here too. I'm sure
They're
because
doing
that just
that,
seems
yeah.
to be the trend. After a disaster, just land gets taken.
Now this isn't a planned one like some of them have been, but
We don't want to get into that topic
Yeah.
tonight, do we?
We're not
No.
getting to that.
so I don't know what I'm
we
talking
could go
about,
on
but
for an
what about
hour
you?
with that one.
So what are you? I don't know
But
what you
yeah,
guys
this
think.
said there was 8,400 members of the Mexican Army and Air Force National Guard are deployed and going to be helping. So they've got
Yeah.
quite a bit of their own help.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
as always, I'm sure America's going to send some shit down.
America sent all their troops to friggin' Israel. Come on, like you guys have
Only a
nobody
few.
left.
We got a lot. Don't
They're
We're
worry.
all-
not sending troops. We're sending money.
Well,
we did
there's
send
over, I think that they
Navy.
just
And
sent
ships.
money.
there's over
Yes.
20 some odd
We send
thousand
money.
troops sitting on the friggin' lake right below Iran
Right.
now.
That's the yeah. Well,
But,
yeah.
but we
have
always have people everywhere.
boats.
That's the American right. We
True.
send armies everywhere.
But they went.
Just so
always
the country
have
make us
people in-
mad.
I
we
definitely have to
blow
look at a
them up from the
map.
inside.
But they went from the one side of Israel and they came up and went around and now are coming up to Iran. And that's why
We
Israel's.
always
That's
have
why.
people in Turkey.
That's
No,
why
they're supposed to
Israel.
be
Yeah,
trying to-
that's why Israel's waiting to do the ground invasion, which is.
We said we weren't going to talk about this topic tonight, guys.
Yeah, just quit. We didn't say it. We just haven't posted about it. But yes. Anyway, but that's why. But anyway, yes. Let's go on. Let's
So
Trump.
CNN says Ivanka Trump must testify at her father's civil fraud trial. Judge rules.
They better
Because she
televise
done
this.
fraud. Because she's connected to the fraud.
It's not her. It's
Oh,
not her
yeah,
trial.
she's connected to
But
the fraud. Her and her
No.
husband are both connected to the fraud.
it's better if she's not, because if she's not connected, she has to say it. If she is
Right.
connected, she can plead the fifth. You
That's
can't.
true.
You don't have to
No,
incriminate
no,
yourself.
no.
It's better if she's not.
But no, the
Oh, yeah.
thing is, she's
Like,
gonna be
he gets off if
incriminated
she's
anyways
not.
Because
Well, you're not going
because
to
she's
incriminate
connected.
yourself.
Yeah, but the husband.
That's
whatever,
we have an
was running the
amendment
finances.
for that.
I know, but
You're
the
a
husband was running
lawyer.
the finances. The whole thing is, her husband was running the finances, so he has to be honest. Because if they go back and take him to court, and they find out, oh, you lied in this court case, well, connected to the fraud, then he'll be going to jail too. Already, because he probably gonna take the lick anyways.
Well, even if it goes to jail.
Yeah, I mean, I think Donald Trump would be offended at you saying somebody else handles his money. just saying. Donald Trump handles his own money. He doesn't have his son-in-law. And his fans would actually laugh at you too. Like Trump fans would be like, "No, he's a superhero with lots of muscles."
Wait.
All
money?
Don't you know that Mar-a-Lago is worth $1 billion?
No, he inflated that.
No, it's exactly 1 billion. Stinky Pinky. He could trade it straight up with Elon for
He
X.
said Stinky Pinky.
Yeah, Trump would say that.
He can charge whatever he wants for that property.
That's what I believe.
And then he
All right, so we're on board.
said he could charge somebody from Saudi Arabia as much as he wanted, which again is illegal to use your position of power to gain influence, have influence purchased from you, basically. Anyway,
not when you're not president. Not
Jermaine,
when you're local, though.
Yeah.
Jermaine, basically, you're saying you're on board with saying that this is Trump and him inflating his assets. That's what the fraud trial is about. Is him and his inflation, not his son-in-law doing something.
But
so you kind of agreed with me by doing that.
No, they had to do it to get loans. That's the whole point about it. Do you think Trump knows all his finances?
Doesn't matter.
Trump sits off in that tower.
I think he knows.
Do I think you get to get scot-free just because you had somebody else do a crime for you? In all cases, no. There's crimes where you having somebody else do it is a crime for you.
I think he knows enough.
So we'll see.
To know
but at the same time, he's rich.
Was not
rich people don't get punished.
What he said it was worth. He said it was worth like 100 times what it's actually.
You
worth
put any poor person in his seat and absolutely slam dunk conviction.
Yeah,
but this is a rich person. It's completely a different ballgame.
But the thing is,
so yes, he's probably guilty, but no, he probably won't be found guilty.
Even if he is, he's not going to jail. So
right, he definitely isn't going to jail.
He may end up in jail.
No, it's impossible. It's impossible for him to go to jail.
Or whatever.
He will never be put behind bars. It
just depends what your definition of jail is.
But yeah, because he's a sitting president, Secret Service have to be with him because he's an ex-president. That's the law.
I know.
And they'd have to shut down a whole prison floor. They'd have to shut down the whole prison floor too.
Here's the thing: have they constructed the Trump Presidential Library yet?
Yeah, and I'm just saying. And then we can also, I don't know.
That's usually something they do after the president.
But because he's gonna be president again, but.
Right. So we could make the Trump Presidential Library like half prison.
Yes, but exactly. But okay, but if he's in, but the Secret Service are not allowed guns in prison. It just would never happen. He'll get maybe house arrest and Mar-a-Lago.
No. He just gets his own special, Trump library prison, and it's fine.
They'll put him in the presidential suite. Is that easy?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. There you go.
Funny one. He ended up in jail. The one who they gave that whatever. He in jail and he's still getting a lot of privileges. The rich black dude who went to jail.
O.J. Simpson. O.J. Simpson.
The one who did the comedy.
Kramer.
Kramer.
The one who had the TV show.
Oh no, Kramer was the racist. That's right.
I don't know who you're talking about.
I don't know who you're talking about.
The old one. Well.
Was it? No, I don't know. I don't know who you're talking about.
I can't even remember his name. I know it starts with a C. He had a whole Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby. Oh yes, that guy. Duh, yeah. So
they let his old ass go to jail.
Yeah, but he's not. He wasn't a president. That's a difference. He's
hey. He was a president in a lot of people's eyes.
But he wasn't. He wasn't a sworn-in president.
Just like R. Kelly. He got off on peeing on somebody charges. Okay.
No, he's in jail for that now. I'm pretty sure.
No, I don't think he got off on it. I think he got charged for it.
He got charged.
He got charged, but he got off on that charge on peeing on somebody.
I don't think he got off on it. I think he got 14-year-old.
Well, he's still in jail. He's still in jail. That's all.
Yeah, he got guilty.
I know that's on a whole different charge though. They didn't. But somebody, these people. If you're a celebrity,
thanks gameplay.
It's horrible.
Jermaine, no offense, but sometimes I wonder if my payment to the lawyer was a good investment.
Yeah, I mean, this is your lawyer here giving his best legal advice.
Hey, no, okay, you want my best legal advice, all right?
Oh dear.
Trump can go to jail.
I disagree.
Wait. one quick thing. This is not legal advice.
Yeah, this is not
Go
legal.
ahead.
This is not legal
Ah.
advice. This ain't legal advice. But no, Trump can go to jail because there's a lot of other charges pending on him too. Eventually, he's gonna run out of money because his lawyers are quitting on him.
Yeah, he's gonna be the
Are
next
you
president.
familiar with the
like-
infinite money glitch?
Like, I hate to break it to you, but Joe Biden is not gonna win the next election. Like,
I already know his ass ain't gonna
so,
win nothing else.
so
don't have to go into
I
detail.
disagree with you for a couple of
Yeah.
reasons, but
it's
yeah,
so far away.
it's-
But that's my
there-
opinion, right? We all. Yeah.
both options are horrible.
Yeah, but Mike's reasoning is because RFK is involved.
I don't think that's a reason. I
well,
don't
no,
The
think
thing
people
is,
even know who the hell he
if he
is.
gets guilty, if he is found guilty, at least one that actually has jail time, because the ones in New York are going for jail time.
Right, and so
That's
is
the whole
Georgia.
thing. Yeah, they're going for jail time. If he ends up in jail,
The Florida ones are money, but the New York, the Georgia ones, those are going for the
Yes.
throat.
But he still cannot go. He will still never go to prison. They're
Well,
not-
here's the thing. I just Googled. He literally has not built his presidential library yet. They could literally use the funds for the presidential library to build him a special prison that then becomes a library afterwards.
Yeah.
This is the perfect idea.
There you go. Why don't you pitch
Oh,
it? So
And when you say afterwards, you mean like after he dies, or
Whenever
It
they let him
depends.
go or whatever, you know,
well,
die.
it's
let him
life
go,
in prison
whatever.
if that
whatever.
one of those sticks.
but see,
one of those
he's
charges.
gonna like they're
They
gonna
can
push
keep
him.
him there for 6 months and it's a victory. It doesn't matter. But
well, no, like the Georgia one, he already got fined twice because they had that gag order on him. And
yeah,
every time it gets more, but eventually they'll have to put him in jail or put him down there in the courthouse in that little thing for the simple fact of the precedence of, how are you going to show that you're still doing favoritism if it's a court case?
So
And everything.
the funny thing is, they could have thrown him in jail that right away on those gag order violations. They had the opportunity. Any judge can hold him in contempt of court at any moment they want to, and they wield this power against the. Like, this is something they would wield if he weren't who he is.
Yeah, but there's always the gap of when is the judge going to get fed up?
So how many? I mean, yeah,
at least
I
one of
can't
them is sitting
go
very
to jail
close.
when literally like anybody else would have already been in jail.
It doesn't matter because he'll never get put behind a bar. I know that. Maybe Jay's is right. Maybe they'll make something like that, but he'll never get behind cell.
Hold on, have you not seen his wall? His wall has a lot of slats and stuff. It looks like bars.
Oh.
He's behind it. Ooh,
Yeah,
Boozy-ah!
That's
I
Biden.
still think
that's Biden's wall now. Come on.
You're right.
So-
You're right. We have to take away
Yeah,
Trump's best
yeah.
accomplishment.
Yeah.
Here's what I envision happening.
That's how
I
good Brandon
envision,
was.
I envision Trump will get disqualified based on the fact that he is found guilty for something, something substantial, and he won't actually be able to run for president. And then DeSantis will have to step up, and then Biden will.
Nobody
win.
want no
Okay, no,
DeSantis.
they'll just write his name on the
Nobody
ballot. Then
wants
everyone will just
DeSantis.
write Trump's name on the ballot, and
Hey,
boom,
they
he
can
wins.
do that. They literally can do that, but he's not going to win in that scenario.
And then he
When
win-
no write-in has ever gotten anywhere close to anything ever in the United States. Like,
Yes, but there's a this is different times. This is complete different times.
I don't.
No,
I
if it
highly
was that
doubt.
thing,
And he's not gonna get. He's only gonna get his name pulled in Georgia, and then New York maybe. Okay, that's 2 states, 2 major states. Yes, but then he can win the
So,
other.
So a fake. Okay, so you think that a writing in Trump is gonna win against Biden, who got like the popular vote last time, is gonna win against Biden, who won the popular vote
Yes,
last time
because
with a legitimate
up my
candidate
tax
running.
Everyone
You know,
who voted for
Biden's had
Biden
more
hates
votes than
Biden.
any president in history, right?
Biden is not fucking up your taxes.
Biden has had more votes
Everybody
than
hates
anyone
Biden.
in history.
Biden
Biden
support's
is
down to
bullshit,
what,
actually.
35%? That's the lowest a president he's ever been, right? Like,
Yeah, but that doesn't define
and most
anything.
Democrats
At
are
all.
sick and tired of him. They hate Trump, so they're not going to vote for Trump.
Well, what did
That's why they're
Bush
probably
get
going to
down
vote for
to?
RFK.
What did George W. get down to?
Sorry,
George W. Bush approval rating? What?
I think
Oh yeah,
Joe
how
Biden
low was it
went
when he
lower.
got reelected?
How low did he go?
I couldn't tell you.
Oh God, yeah, that's
Look, approval rating does not correlate to whether or not you will win in a general election, because approval rating is not comparing you to the other side. Approval rating is comparing you to what you said you were going to do. It's apples to oranges.
Yeah, well, I know what? We're probably gonna we got another year and 10 days until the election, so we'll
Maybe.
like 347 days. So
I don't know. If they try to lock Trump in prison, we might have a civil war and an election before then.
Yeah, then that will.
You know?
Yeah. So because if
you listen to some of these people,
but no, actually, I honestly think that if they do, but that won't happen. Like nothing's gonna happen from this. He's gonna.
I just feel like most people in the United States, not all of them, most people in the United States are rational enough to not vote for a criminal, like an actual criminal.
Yeah, but no, if that's what I'm saying.
I know
dumb.
that On the Boys, Homelander killed that guy on the streets and nobody cared. I get it, but I don't. I think there's enough people who are rational in the United States that Trump is not.
And another 4 years of Biden. Another 4 years of Biden.
Don't be wrong. I hate Biden, and I hate that I would have to deal with him another 4 years.
But that's the thing, like
compared to Trump, who was batshit fucking crazy. Like,
even though the world was at the most peace when Trump was in power, other than the
that's
riots.
not true at all.
How?
What?
How many wars started under Trump? How many wars started under Trump? How many?
That is not a measurement I accept.
I'm just saying. As soon as
I don't accept that either. I don't accept that measurement.
I'm just saying the world was at the world was much at easier. So
what do you count as a war? Because there's several. There's the Crimea.
No, he said how many were
Libya,
started. Instead of how many are ongoing, he said how many are started during. Like, I already don't accept it.
Yeah, it's true.
How many wars were stopped under his watch?
It's already.
How many wars ended under his watch?
First president ever to cross into North Korea too, which is people can say that's bad, but
he ended 0 wars.
Yeah, but
how is he peace guy? He's not peace guy if he doesn't end a war. He's a nobody.
Wasn't all the Democrats blaming him for why Biden had to pull the troops out so early? Because didn't Trump do something about that?
He initiated talks, but Biden pulled the trigger.
Yeah, and then,
it seems like Trump just wants Biden to have all the credit because Biden's also building his wall.
Exactly, you're right. He is.
Like Trump is not trying to win. Biden could just easily beat him because Trump's not trying. He's handing him W's.
Yeah, we'll see in a year, or it'll be Civil War or World War III. Unless it's World War III then Civil War, because something's gonna happen here.
But no, the thing is, why did the war stop? Exactly after Trump did not get reelected.
And why did the Russia war start exactly when he was?
But it was it was already a negotiated exit.
No, it was. The whole thing is, it waited until the last minute to happen. There was already some problems. Why you think? Because you got to remember,
there was always going to be
withdrawal in history.
Yeah.
Best withdrawal of all time. Best withdrawal America has ever done. Hands down, demonstrably by the numbers. Better than every withdrawal.
Disabled all of that shit that we left behind. It was awesome.
Best thing Biden did and best withdrawal America's ever done.
You know what the best part is now? Is when America, I know we weren't supposed to talk about this, but when America actually gets in a war with Iran, it'll be fighting its own weapons. Ironically,
that's not the first time we've done that at all.
Ironically,
we fought our own weapons so many times.
Did they get the same airplane though? That you don't even know was in the air.
So you didn't realize we were already doing that with ISIS?
Oh yeah, for sure.
We already fought our own weapons, and
I was gonna say with the first time we went to Afghanistan, so we went and armed the Afghani people to fight the Russians. So we literally were fighting our own weapons when we went to Afghanistan.
ISIS, formerly known as the Brave Mujahideen, which was in fact funded by and militarily equipped by America.
Yeah.
And then we said, you're terrorists actually, and now they're terrorists.
But no, America always just giving out weapons. They'll give you
exactly.
the old weapons.
Yeah.
So
that's why I'm saying it's no shock.
Not the brand new.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's not going to be a shock when we fight Iran. If we fight Iran, we'll be fighting our weapons for like the 90th time.
Wait, if you are Ukraine or Israel, the more lighter skinned nations, we will definitely give you the newer weapons.
But no, you don't get that. You don't get the jet that you can't even see because U.S. can't even see their own jets. Okay, you don't see those. We make sure our people fly those. We give them the outdated ones, those 25-year-old jets. The
jets that we 25-year-old.
Yeah, Canadians are 50 though. Don't worry.
What's that little Israel confirms using the what is that?
Israel confirms use. We don't need to go back into Israel.
Yeah, we're done. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's move on to our.
And if
Wait,
we're
wait,
being
hold
real,
on.
America hasn't fought a real opponent in ever.
No,
Right.
because we have
Ever.
the most technological. We spend trillions of dollars.
Well, we spent a lot
We-
of effort making sure that conflict doesn't happen.
We looked foolish when we tried to do ground warfare in Afghanistan and
Yeah,
Iraq.
Yeah.
So I don't know that you should really tout us too much. Against a real army, all of our cool gadgets don't mean a whole lot. Like
Yeah.
We have
a
the
Stinger
most
missile takes
technology.
down every aircraft. Every single one of
Even the
them.
invisible ones.
Yep.
Why wouldn't Russia see the one that we done been flying over there though?
Russia does see it. Do you think they're going to shoot down an American aircraft?
Yeah.
Hey, they be tapping our drones. Okay?
They do
They
see
be
it.
tapping our drones.
Also, did
They
you hear
go
about that
dance
story
on
of
'em.
China? China had within 10 feet of an American bomber.
Yeah.
Like this week, China was within 10 feet
They did
of
it.
our
I like
bomber.
how
They did it
I
to
like how
Canada a
far
few months
we've
ago.
strayed.
If we fight a real opponent, we're not that good.
No, yeah.
I like how far
Well,
we've
and
strayed from
China
the
has
Just
topic.
saying.
It's
what
not
is
that hard. It's
We
bad
have
to
no
fight.
experience. We have zero experience at real warfare.
So we've strayed pretty far from the topic.
Bombing
here.
Iraq didn't count.
I think
Ivanka
Jay's,
Trump.
I think Jay's wants to move on.
Well, no,
No.
not even move on. Just Ivanka Trump must testify at her father's civil fraud trial is the article.
Yeah.
We didn't make it very far into the article. Is there something
No,
specific they're hoping to get from her?
I don't know.
I mean, the co-defendants are her husband, so I don't think they're gonna get anything.
But does she have to testify against her husband? Isn't that a law?
No, yeah, she doesn't have to testify against her husband, but she does have to testify against her father.
Yeah. They also
her
expect Donald Jr., Eric Trump, to also testify. Each for a day,
Well,
starting Wednesday.
Okay, so the entire family is going to testify.
yes.
Yeah, because they're all attached to the company.
Right.
That's why they destroyed the company and started Trump 2 or whatever
Or
the crap
was
it
it?
was.
They tried to, yeah. I think. Tried to
And
just
everything.
bankrupt it and go for something else.
Her attorneys are arguing that she should not be forced to appear because she hasn't lived in or worked in the state of New York since 2017. That's what her attorneys are arguing.
But
Yeah,
the whole
that's not
thing
gonna
is,
hold up.
it happened way before because
But-
he's been inflating his assets. for
7 years, but 7 years, that's all that matters, so. I guess
What do you
that's
mean?
6 years, so statute
What
of
do you mean,
limitations,
7
isn't
years?
it? Like,
Statute of limitations varies from crime to crime. It's not just
yeah, we
7
found that
or
out, I
nothing.
guess, yeah, but.
It's not just
It
7
was
years.
it's
Murder
it's
is
10
never.
years.
Well,
It's
yeah,
forever.
well, I don't know that one article we read.
Fraud? Who knows what fraud is? But
Yeah.
what the lawyer's arguing is that, I guess, if you don't live in a state or work in a state, you can't be, I don't know, forced to come to
Trump
trial.
technically, hypothetically, Trump
They're arguing
could-
they does not have jurisdiction over her, is what they're arguing.
Well,
I have no
does
idea if
she
their
own
arguments
a
are good.
house? Does she own a house out there though? That's what
Has
the
not
question
lived or
probably
worked in
does.
New York since 2017. So not living in, I would assume,
No,
having
she
a house doesn't matter. Owning property is irrelevant,
I know,
obviously.
but no, owning property would be the same thing as Trump has though. So she's still attached to it because if she works in the company.
I love this.
But she's not attached to
whatever.
this crime because they say right here, had initially been listed as a co-defendant, she no longer is. It's Donald Trump, Eric Trump, Donald Trump Jr., and several Trump organization executives. She's not being prosecuted.
And neither is her husband.
So it's kind of weird to keep talking about how she's the guilty one when she's not the one we want to find guilty. She's not on trial.
So
I know,
Kai's
but
called the
wouldn't
subpoena.
you keep one of them out though?
So
Wouldn't
Kai's
you
called
keep
the
one of them that had snitch?
Jermaine, let's give it a second.
so Kai's called the subpoena continued harassment of President Trump's children, which I think is hilarious when you take the whole Biden's kid into perspective.
Oh yeah, they won't shut up about Hunter.
Yeah,
but
they
this
won't
is
shut up about
somehow
Hunter, but-
harassment.
Yeah.
We haven't heard from Ivanka in years.
anyway.
So, should we move on?
Yes, I agree. We should move on.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be
Oh, you're
sorry.
fine.
No, we're good.
No, I'm glad you're excited to talk.
So right here, it actually says that the reason that they dropped her as a co-defendant is claims against her were too old. That's what they say. She was
Yeah.
not part of the August 2021 agreement between James' office and the Trump organization to the total statute of limitations. So there you go. Her involvement was before the
Got out
incidents
in
were
time.
in question here.
Oh yeah, she got out
So-
in time. So, but her husband going down. No,
No, her husband's not part of it.
yeah.
Look,
no.
if she was really out in time, then she won't have anything to contribute. She'll say, "I don't know anything."
Yeah, I don't
if
know.
she really doesn't
I
know
don't know.
anything.
Yeah.
And they can't ask her about 2017 because it's not relevant to the case at hand. She'll
Yeah.
just say not relevant. Her attorney will stop
Doesn't
that
matter, yeah.
in its track. So she won't say anything of fun. But I do want it to be televised. That's how I started this whole thing. Televise this, please. Pretty please.
Yeah. Anyway,
He's not going to jail, but at least give me entertainment.
Georgia would be the only one that's televised.
So Parasite's mother, this is also CNN. Parasite's mother wins court case to evict 2 sons in their 40s. So I assume Parasites is the movie, and this is the mother who played the mother.
I was assuming that this is a quote that the mom called her sons parasites.
That's what I'm thinking.
Oh,
that is
okay.
too.
Because they were living
gotcha.
into their 40s with their mother. At the
I
point where
mean-
she had to evict them. I think that's just her calling them that.
That's a little
Yeah,
a little
they probably
bad.
living off, don't work.
Yes. At least for a 75-year-old, well, she wants to let her live chill for.
This is in Italy. I don't know what their cultural thing is for families. Don't they usually have don't they usually have big familial homes?
Well,
Yeah,
but, I mean, if you don't want to live with someone, you don't have to, right?
I mean, yeah, but I feel like it's the other way around, where the mother lives with them.
Yeah,
Right.
but they're probably not paying rent and anything, so she's like, get out. Like, I'm like,
The 2 sons described in court papers by their mother as parasites have been living in their family apartment without contributing financially or helping around the house,
there you
according
go.
to the complaint by all the women. Who has
Both
not been
men are
named
employed.
in the tribunal of Pavia district. Both men are employed, the court documents state. So they do have jobs. They're not jobless.
Bamboccioni. You're a bamboccioni.
They just make
Or
their
big-
mother clean up after them.
There's a bigger baby.
A
Or
senior.
big babies have until December 18th to vacate the premises, according to Tuesday's court rulings. So I wonder if this is actually a big deal specifically because normally they are familial. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Excuse me.
There are no provisions in the legislation which attribute to the adult child the unconstitutional right to remain in the home exclusively owned by the parents, against their will and by virtue of the family bond alone. Well, yeah.
yeah. So it's going after the the familiar thing then.
Yeah. No longer
So
appears
lawyers for
justifiable.
the guys argue that the Italian parents are required by law to take care of their children as long as necessary. So they're trying to say, in fact, there is a provision.
Oh my
That's what they're arguing
gosh.
back.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I think this is the societal norm there is for the whole family to live together.
Yeah, until they can live on their own, probably.
Age
Alright.
40,
They
you
probably
should.
got their.
Well, not even so they
probably-
can live on their own. I think literally like India. India is another good example of this where they literally are expected to live with the parents, and when they get married, the wife and their kids also live with the parents. And I think that's usually the case in Italy. Correct me if I'm wrong.
And if you're in chat,
Namoni.
please join chat. We always like to read our comments, and if you haven't followed already, please give us a follow. You can follow Jay's, Himoto, and
This is not the first time this has happened. Mamoni, an Italian term used to describe adult men who are too dependent on their mother. So I think the problem is that they just haven't paid anything,
yeah.
which is weird.
If you're
They have
working,
job.
yeah, and you're gonna make your mother clean up after you at age 75, come on. Well, that's like $21,000 a year ain't much, but hey, still pitching $500 a month for rent. You know, like
Well, that's the thing. If they probably already own the house, or it was a family home. in
or
the
for
sense
food
of-
or anything, whatever. Clean up after yourself.
Because
I don't
you
know,
gotta
like-
remember, out there it's usually generational. Generations live in that house. So
I feel like
per
you're not
se,
bound to your culture, though.
No, but okay,
Sorry, I
Jermaine,
didn't
you.
interrupt.
But anyway, yeah, no, but Jermaine, you got kids. Would you just let them not clean up after themselves?
I got this thing called he's too young right now.
Let's see.
But Whenever
Okay,
he gets of age,
Okay.
if he wants some dollars, he gonna clean up.
I didn't know how old he was, but like if he,
Bribery.
yeah, but I didn't know how old he was. But yeah,
Bribery.
but yeah,
It's good at work.
you're still gonna teach them to clean up after themselves, or not teach them, but expect them to clean up after themselves, right? Like when they're a certain age. Like if they're 15 years old, you're gonna be like, if they not clean up, you're gonna be like, yo, clean that shit up, right?
Oh no, somebody ain't gonna have a phone for a minute.
There you go, right? So there you go, right? There won't be, but see, by the time they're 15, it's probably be a friggin' phone in your hand, so you won't be able to do anything.
Yeah.
You know?
Restrict the phone line.
Yeah.
Restrict the phone line.
They're
Okay.
they're gonna freaking be in Neuralink. But boom, done, right?
Nobody gonna get no
They're
Neuralink.
like,
Monkeys done died from the. But I won't. I don't trust Elon with nothing with my brain. Okay.
yeah, I know, I
Well,
don't.
we've talked about it. There's people in a state of health where there's nothing that can be done for them, and they're in declining health. You know, like the pig heart guy.
Yeah.
There may be people who do Neuralink because they're at the same stage where it's like, I got absolutely nothing to lose, nothing can improve me, and life sucks.
Yeah,
Throw
so
that
let's
net on
try.
my head, Elon.
I don't know. I worry about
I figure there's gonna be
man
someone.
machine links that some sort of weird feedback might happen, and it might be super painful or some sort of personal hell. Where like, I don't know.
Yeah, but we also might make superheroes.
There,
Maybe.
We don't
that's,
want no superheroes. Okay. We don't want any no superheroes.
So, so
This is
Fox
America.
News.
We can make our own Homelander.
So the Fox
no.
News channel, Ohio cemetery to host world record attempt for most people dressed as ghosts.
okay, because there's actually a world record happening in my city for the most people dressed as Jason. But okay, we'll go on. I did not realize that, but go. So,
I don't know. I what do they mean by dressed as ghosts? Go down.
Well, okay, yeah. So when I very first read this and I saw it's coming from Fox News, I'm sitting here thinking, please don't let this be a Klan rally, please.
Bro.
Right?
No.
Dude, look, it's
Did you really?
Bro.
Did a bunch of people in Ohio really?
I'm just saying, please
say,
don't let
"Let's
it be
put some
this."
white sheets on and like go out and get the most people with white sheets on.
oh my god! Oh, now it took me a second.
All I
there.
know is this is not gonna look
Not
great.
going to Ohio, okay?
About to be
That's
the
who
biggest
got the
fire
Speaker of a
Christmas
House, somebody in
right now.
Ohio, and he's super conservative. So I ain't going to Ohio.
So on Friday
Really?
evening, the grounds of Green Lawn Cemetery in Columbus will be the site for the creepy Walk with the Dead 5K and 1 mile run or walk marathon. So they're gonna do a run. Go down.
Oh crap!
And then-
They're gonna run and walk through the sprawling 360-acre Civil War era
Oh no!
grounds
Okay.
of the second largest cemetery in Ohio. Okay.
We gotta see these costumes. Go down. Go down.
Do we?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Aw.
No,
Okay.
no.
Oh,
No,
no?
but that one on the
no.
left looks kind of good. I'm not gonna lie.
It looks like a
Hey,
ghost.
hey, but you're gonna have the ones with the pointed heads because they couldn't afford the
They
sheet.
couldn't afford a sheet. Our pointy head's much more expensive.
What? I already had this one in the closet. Why do I need to buy a new one?
Oh, breaking news! Yeah, okay, but yeah.
We already
Yeah,
covered
we
that.
already did, we did,
news,
so.
yeah.
But yeah, like, I'm sure the person probably meant well, but it could look really bad, you know?
So what is the world
People
record?
can
then?
register on Race Penguin. Love the
Hey,
ice
guys.
cream.
I don't know what the world record is.
Hey guys, I don't mean this is a racist thing at all, but let's
Okay.
totally do it at the Civil War battleground. You in? I'm in.
Get your ropes. All right. The current record for the largest gathering of people dressed as ghosts is 560 people and was achieved at Mercy School in Ireland.
Okay,
Ireland.
so they're gonna try to get more than that.
No. Oh no.
Okay, here you go. It consists of a white sheet with eye holes cut out. End of statement. That's it. Don't do more than that. If you do more than that,
You know somebody's gonna fuck it up.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
I'm
gonna
put a
have.
little duck's hat on there. And no.
this is what Guinness World Records. That's what GWR is. Guinness World Records.
What if they're too broke and they can't afford a real costume? So.
Somebody's fucking.
So they
this
use
up.
their uncle's old one.
Oh.
Like, so that's an interesting world record attempt.
I
That
just
won't
sent you a story too, so you
look
should
funny.
go. You should quickly go.
Surprisingly, Justin Trudeau is flying in to help.
Yeah, you should quickly go check out
Um,
that story I posted
I'm
in
joking.
Discord, Dustin.
We have another impromptu story.
It's related to this kind of.
Is it?
It's not as racist, I guess.
No. Okay, cool.
So this is from
Alright.
CTV News.
It's more like Calgary shit.
Friday the 13th world record, Calgary's Screamfest features over 1,000 Jasons. So they're trying to break 1,000 people.
So is this video going to show me 1,000 Jasons, or is this disappointing?
I think Jason's
It's gonna be a bunch of people
definitely
named Jason.
way better. See, this is why the ghost sheet thing is so low. Is because people can get
But the
confused.
ghost sheet thing is way cheaper. Gotta be.
There has been a lot of people dressed up in ghost sheets.
They
I'm
just get a
pretty sure
mask.
there's more.
This is
Stop.
cheap.
Stop.
This is like a $5 mask.
I'm from Tennessee. I'm pretty sure
I can grab a
been lot of
blanket
people.
right now. Not a white one, but I can grab one.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm pretty sure I've seen because they had one in my town before. One of them, they went down to the courthouse. Nah, bro. I probably seen more
thank
people
you.
on the goddamn line.
So they're gonna
No.
do this on the 13th. What is there a Friday the 13th?
That was
coming up?
last. This was this month, so they must have done it. Unless it's next month
Okay.
too. Unless it is next month, I don't think there is. No, why? It was this month, yeah.
Yeah, I assume.
So
Yeah,
it already
Okay.
happened. So
So did they do it?
yeah, I
Did
think
they,
so.
Did they succeed?
I think
Did
they
break
did.
the record?
I actually don't know.
They wanted to set a world record for the most people in
They
one
wanted
place
to.
dressed up as a horror villain. So I
Actually,
guess it's
no.
not specifically Jason. It's
There's
it's
actually no
more vague.
record. There actually is no record.
Far better.
No, really.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Far better than white sheets. I'm just saying.
You have to break a threshold though. They won't accept something under 250 as a record. So
Yeah.
as long as they got at least that, they're good.
So.
Oh, they gave
and
them
they're-
away.
They gave the masks
Yeah,
away.
it was a big campaign. They had signs everywhere. It was a pretty big campaign here in the city. So
Yeah, they
I
are.
just didn't go because I'm like, I don't want to go in
should've
public.
gone.
Why?
You should have gone. If I'd have known
Don't be
about something like
lemonade.
that nearby.
But
Haunted
yeah,
houses,
They have rides. No.
All right, moving on.
festival rides, festival
Moving on.
rides. Yeah. All right. I want my house back.
By Fox News.
No, we don't need this breaking news. We know this.
Washington homeowner lives in van while deadbeat tenant lists house on Airbnb.
Wait.
yeah,
What
this
did-
is messed
what's
up.
that
Wait,
lease
what?
say? What?
Yeah.
Wait. What that listing? What's his lease say though? You can't be subbing out people properties, bro.
Yeah, no.
Apparently he can.
Yeah, this has happened so
How?
much, and it's a pretty messed up situation. So
When is the lease over? That's the real
I
question.
think the lease is already over. He's got
Constantly
squatters'
being
rights,
robbed.
I believe, but I could be wrong.
Oh. How are you getting if you have a lease? How do you get squatters' rights? That's
Because
what
the lease
confused me.
expired.
Yeah, the tenant who signed a lease in March now owes about $33,000 in back rent plus utilities and late fees. Okay, so he
Well-
signed a lease, but he just stopped paying.
He didn't pay yet, so
What you do is turn off the water and utilities.
that's against the law.
At that point.
You're not allowed to do that.
None of this makes any sense to me. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't understand.
What kind of
How
do
does
we not
squatters'
have a
rights
written list?
work?
Now, so
Backwards or something.
yeah, the tenant listed the
America.
home's basement living space on Airbnb for nearly $150 a night using a city-approved rental license, which,
Says-
by the way, has since been revoked.
Yeah, I should hope so.
But yeah,
Yeah.
so not only was he not paying rent, he's making money off of the land
A
property.
city spokesman later told KIRO the short-term license was invalid because it was obtained using inaccurate information about ownership of the property. Airbnb
Okay.
eventually removed the listing. I
That's
already
good.
pre-read,
Yeah,
so I already
so
knew
he
that they
paid
removed
it.
it. So as crazy as that is that he was renting it out, he successfully paid probably a few times. He's not continuing to do that part, but he's still squatting.
Yeah, so
How's that happening?
If he rented it in March, how is he?
maybe the
How
March
does
of
he
last
owe
year.
that much?
March of last year, I'm assuming.
But
So
how much
he's
is his
tried-
rent he paying?
What?
So here's the thing. Apparently, the problem with this is taking him to court. The courts keep making them wait and giving them continuances and delaying and delaying and delaying. That's how he's
Oh.
able to keep swatting and not paying. He's
Yeah.
just
Imagine
the
owning
court
a
systems-
house and you can't live in it.
I would.
King-
I
King County has
no.
600 eviction cases pending. This is the county it's occurring in. It has 600 eviction cases pending.
No,
This
I'm
is
not gonna
normal.
say what I would do, but I probably wouldn't own a house after. I'm like, well, if I can't live there, I'm not gonna say why. No, I'm not, but yeah.
I feel like there's some details missing here. Like, why is this guy homeless after renting out his house?
Yeah,
Why
show
would
me
he
the
rent out his-
contract.
Why would he rent out his house if he was?
Because he probably lost his other house because he didn't like.
He went on
Interest
vacation.
payment.
Oh, I think that
He
was
went on
up here
vacation and
actually.
then Squatters' rights done.
I feel like
Okay,
maybe
cut
he
costs.
put himself in some sort of situation
No,
where
he had to cut costs and move out of his apartment.
And into his van.
$150. Ooh,
So he
so
bought
at the
this
time,
place.
He had it rented out.
Yeah, he bought this
then
place,
he was
fixed it
in the
up, and
land.
started renting it out while living in an apartment. So he literally was just trying to have passive income.
But
That
that's
doesn't make it better though.
thing about that's the thing about
And
passive income, though. It may be no income.
Yeah.
Right. Like,
Well, it's only because the
why
tenant,
didn't he just live in
wasn't paying.
why didn't he just live in the house instead of renting it out? Why would you? I don't get it.
No, he had an
So-
apartment, right?
it
And
said
he's
that he
renting out
started
the
renting out
house.
the entire house to make extra money for pilot school. That's when him and his dog Wally moved into a small apartment. So he was living there and renting out the rooms, but then he decided to rent the whole thing out, and now he has no claims for police to kick anybody out. He's not on the lease anymore. He fucked himself.
Yeah, he
Still
fucked
not-
himself.
okay.
And I have a little bit of a hard time feeling bad for him because he chose to be a landlord.
Yeah, why would you choose to be a landlord when you have
He
a good
chose to be a
house?
landlord.
I don't understand.
Well, maybe
Because
he.
That's how-
Well, I
wait,
mean,
go
he
back
wants to go to
that-
pilot
of that
school
house real
still.
quick.
Yeah, like
And the dumb
he's-
thing is he decided to be a
Here it is.
landlord
Okay,
and
that
pay
first one.
another landlord.
I mean, not the first one, but the one where you can see the front of the house.
Was that on down or on up? This one?
Yeah, look at that house. That in certain areas that'll be a $600,000 house. And you
If
can't
not,
afford
no,
pilot school,
that
bro.
would be.
Yeah, you got
over-
3 floors at least.
Oh,
You
no,
see
and
windows,
Tennessee-
windows, and then the garage, kind of a bottom floor. So.
Also, I'm
it's,
pretty
it's
sure
actually
you can-
deceptively big. Yeah.
I'm almost certain you can sell a house with a tenant in,
Yeah, the
and
lease carries
like,
on.
and the lease carries on. Like he has options. Like I'm not saying I don't feel bad for him
But,
completely, but I'm thinking he's making some poor decisions.
Look, his van is fine. Look at this.
Also, his van
He's
is
got
nice.
a bed.
It's
he's got
still
his
not
stove.
Wait a
But it's
sec.
still
What's behind
not,
here?
doesn't matter what
It's
the
nice,
situation is,
but,
though.
like,
It doesn't matter what the
It-
situation
was
is.
his
Not
house.
Wait,
fair.
but is this his thing?
But whether he's trying to make money or not, like whether the person should not be allowed to live rent free. That's the thing.
This is
But is he one of those people that literally like got a camper van and spent like $50,000 on it, and that is his home? And this article is just painting it out to be that this is the case.
Well, I mean, based on what the article says, the article says one thing.
I know. I was reading
I don't know what the truth is.
I was reading another story this morning about another Airbnb with this other guy who cannot get in because a guy rented it for a month and now he won't leave. He actually rented it from Airbnb. Now he canceled his card, but now they can't kick him out. Exact same.
Roth worries the current regulatory landscape will make homeowners like him think twice about becoming landlords.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm fine with that. I'm
But
alright
then-
with
then
it.
Do you
How's-
not like landlords?
But then what's
No,
gonna happen?
landlords
No.
are parasites.
Okay, but-
they are not necessary
then
and
listen,
should not be
Not
bogarting
necessary.
housing.
Then what's gonna happen? Then who gets a house? How do you get the house? There's no way to
Everyone
regulate
gets a
that.
house.
There's
So
no
here-
zero way to regulate.
Everyone
that.
gets
It's
a house.
impossible.
Calm down.
Who takes
calm
care of the
down.
house? I'm just saying, who takes care of the house?
So
And then-
hey, calm down. So people who own property only as a source of income raise the cost of houses because there are fewer houses available. And that's the point that Sten and I are trying to make.
Landlords
Okay.
are bad.
Landlords are bad, and for the economic reason of it drives up the cost of housing for everybody. For people to be renting homes on Airbnb, and it does it for people renting homes that they just don't plan to live in. Somebody could have a reasonable mortgage on a home instead of paying rent. And because there's so many landlords out there investing, and there's this get rich quick mentality tied to investing in homes, then people
owns that
But
house?
as someone who used to rent out every single room in my house, and I lived here, but I still rent it out. You don't make money with all the repairs, with all the electricity, power, all
Right.
that stuff. That's all paid.
Bullshit.
The insurance you have
That's
on the
probably-
house, the interest on your house, you're not making any money. I'm still paying several
Well,
hundred dollars
that's
a month.
different from his
Bullshit.
situation, though.
Yeah.
He
That's
also said
also
that he
like-
It
could
just depends
afford
on
to
did
go to
he
school.
include utilities and everything in it. That's why he's why it's so high too, because he included utilities. Because it
Yeah.
seems like he included utilities in it because he said it, how much ever is also included with like he ain't paying utilities either or whatever on it.
There's that way. Okay, so this is important. There's thousands and thousands of empty, unused units that landlords just prefer to have vacant. It seems than to be stuck in a situation like I'm in. He added, and I don't blame them.
That's a
Yeah,
terrible
because
analysis of the
That's
situation.
a terrible analysis of the situation.
This
But
is
now-
absolutely a true thing. There are thousands of empty rentals
Right.
Yeah,
as
because
America
right now,
evolves
because
into
you
the
can't
worst
afford
country
it.
in the world.
No, because the fact is nobody can afford it or whatever, and they always want to do a credit check on you, and then they tell you,
Right.
the rent's probably like $2,000. They want
I
you to
mean,
pay
we were literally
$6,000.
just talking about this with Hurricane Otis and people coming in and swiping up lands after disasters, swiping up houses after disasters.
Yeah,
That's
those are
landlords. Those are landlords.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing.
They're the
They're
bad
either
guys.
they're going to destroy it. They're going to put up condos.
The rent
that
is
cost
too
them.
damn high.
So this
And
dude
They
was
are
a tenant who was
absolutely
also a
unnecessary.
landlord.
No, the tenant is the
No,
one
no.
who's
He was a
No,
tenant
but who?
as well.
no, he
Or
lived in his
he was
house, but it was
renting.
his.
No, he rented out an apartment. He was living in a small apartment while he
Oh
rented
yeah,
out the
yeah.
house.
When he was renting an apartment, yeah, he would have been a tenant for his small apartment with Wally. Yeah,
Okay, but scroll back up. Who
so he could have
owns the
just stopped
little
paying.
lot? Who owns the lot beside that he's sleeping in? Then that's my question. Does he own that lot too?
Probably not.
I think he's just
The
pulled up
tenant
on
owns that.
the.
What do you mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
isn't that show differently here? He's in the driveway, right? Or no, this is the car. This isn't him.
Yeah.
Where's he
The
at?
other one. No,
Was he up
if you go
here?
back up, they do a.
Yeah, you can't tell where this
up-
is. Like,
No, go up a
That could
little.
be the back.
oh, there's the car. There's the car.
Yeah,
right
that's
there.
outside. Yeah, okay.
So he's
Yeah,
over
if you
here.
go up a little, or
He's
whatever,
over
it
here.
showed a drone shot of where his van's parked. I think right there.
Yeah, he's
Who
over
owns
here.
that lot right there?
Who
He's
knows?
squatting in the lot.
He
He's
is.
squatting in the lot.
Now,
Oh,
if
he
I were
might have
him, I
just
park
pulled up
my
for the
van
picture.
right here so that
Yeah.
this cannot park there. If it's your
I don't see
land,
that going
park
well.
there.
I bet he was
but
showing off his van. He was like, "Look at this thing! Like, I got it tricked out. There's a bed. There's a refrigerator.
The
I've
guy's
got a
like, I'm not paying rent
stove."
anymore. Fuck you.
and everything. But
Yeah.
he also could
You're
have
gonna
been
flex
a
on me?
bad
I'm not paying
landlord,
rent
too.
now. We done.
But he also could have been a bad landlord in the sense of, always stopping by all the time without even noticing. It depends what the laws is in the state. Usually you have to give 24 hours before you just show up.
So anyway, this is
I want
Fox
to know
News.
how long this was going for, though.
Fox
Like,
News
he
is very
said he
pro
owes
landlord.
33. He said that his tenant owed
$33,000.
On March, yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
like,
So how much?
how long?
Until
because I want to know
Okay,
how much he
mortgage
was
is say
charging his tenant.
$2,000 a month for the mortgage, and then maybe $500 for
So wait,
utilities and
he got
power.
his court. He finally got a hearing
Water.
this week, but the judge granted a
Yeah, he got a
continuance.
continuance.
They're not going to do anything until March 2024.
until
Jeez,
Nothing will happen to that tenant for 5 months, 4 months.
does he
Yeah,
not
fine.
have keys? I would just carry him out of the house, bro.
Yeah, you can't do that. Yeah.
illegal. That's
What?
Forcible. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's on the lease.
Hypothetically,
The police will find him to be in the right. He's on the lease. The police will not let the owner do anything about it. He's on the paperwork.
There's a backlog of eviction cases because of the expiration of the COVID era.
Yeah, that's the whole reason why ain't nobody renting right now either, because they already know that the people can't afford to pay, hypothetically.
Well, not only
'Cause they-
can't afford, but like can just not pay because you're never going to get to trial. You're never going to get to court.
yeah, but
What are you gonna
how
do?
much? He said he paid like $2,000. That means he was probably charging that person about 3 or 4,000 rent because utilities were included. I'm guessing.
Meh.
I
I don't feel bad for
I don't know.
landlords.
So it says he signed a lease in March. Now it was about $33,000 in back rent. So from March to October, it's $33K.
That,
So
plus
whatever that turns into
plus
monthly.
utilities. So, yeah, that's it.
Is that like,
I don't know.
Yeah,
That's
it's
8 months.
plus utilities. So utilities are included on that too.
Yeah, that's just a little over $3K.
That's
Like-
the worst thing you can do as a.
that's actually not bad.
That's pretty. I don't know.
At least for me.
But the question is, how much are the utility bills, hypothetically? Because he said the late fees could just be from the utilities not being paid.
Hey,
or
from
him
what I
not getting
hear,
paid to pay it.
it's
No,
zero.
late fees because he didn't pay.
It's zero. It costs zero.
What do you mean it costs zero?
Hey, this guy's paying nothing. You just
Yeah.
pay nothing.
Yeah,
Oh,
This
no.
is not legal advice, but zero.
don't do that.
Yeah,
I mean,
don't
this
do that.
guy will have had this place from March 2023 through March 2024 without paying us.
Yeah, but he will end up going to court.
What if he
Yeah,
just flees? What if he just flees?
He could.
Yeah.
That is an option, but I don't think that's going to be what ends up happening.
We got to do a follow up, but it's going to be a while, you know.
Yeah,
And that's
it'll be a
assuming they don't
good
get
minute.
another continuance.
We ain't going anywhere. So,
Well, they might get another continuance. It's like another 5 months. So, if this guy's smart, he'll just keep getting continuances and keep paying nothing.
True.
Okay.
So
right.
Associated Press, Robert E. Lee statue that prompted deadly protests in Virginia has been melted down. So it's destroyed.
Swords into plowshares.
Oh, they made a new monument out of it.
Apparently, melted ingot from the original statue.
But
Okay.
that little
Yes.
small thing is you'll get more out of that.
This is the
It's probably
statue.
hollow.
Hey, where did it all go? Yeah.
This is it being melted.
That looks like a stage photo.
This is a lady. Why is this? This is not helpful. This photo.
That guy does look pretty happy though. Up in the corner.
He does.
Okay.
All right. Well, so
That's
yeah,
cool.
this.
Oh well, now it makes sense why.
So what's this about?
See that African American heritage.
So
If
just
that
to
was
remind
back-
everybody, the protest they're talking about here is the Unite the Right rally.
Yeah.
It was this cool thing that happened early on in Trump time.
Allegedly, you gotta say allegedly.
Allegedly.
No, not allegedly. That happened.
This happened. I'm
No, I
not.
know, I'm
This
talking about-
event occurred. What are you talking about?
I don't know. I
But
don't know
no,
what this.
what you just said.
Oh
quoted
shit! You're not going to be a
allegedly.
denier of this, are you? We can't have you.
Oh.
If you're gonna.
No, it happened.
The Unite the Right rally happened, and the person died.
Why? What happened?
I know.
This happened years ago. What happened? I don't know.
So this was
That
the
one that the
Charlotte.
person got ran over in.
Yeah, Charlottesville. Somebody drove their car through the crowd and killed
But
somebody
yeah,
at the Unite the Right rally.
accent.
Okay, I kind of remember that. Yeah.
It was during that
He
rally
probably
that
got
James
sentenced
Alex
too,
Gills
I think.
Jr., an avowed Hitler admirer, intentionally drove his car into the crowd, killed Hayer, and injuring 19 others.
Okay.
He's currently
Wow.
serving life in prison.
Huh.
Yeah, and I think they recently got actually charged him.
Is he the one that like ran his girlfriend over like earlier and was let go?
No, I don't think so.
Because
Maybe, huh?
there's one guy who did that. Then he ran over a crowd. I don't know who that was though. Okay.
So the statue was taken down in 2021. Now it's just now being melted, I guess, is the news today.
Well, they probably had to get permission of how they were supposed to do another monument out of that monument. They had to.
Well-
the city had to pay to get it melted down.
Well, it looks like they also had to wait for some legal stuff. Two groups that had sought to preserve the statue sued last year to block the city from donating it to the Heritage Center, which inevitably got it and melted it. So they had to, go through the proper court trial,
So
all that
what
shit,
I'm
to tell these
hearing
people
is
absolutely not. We don't have to. We have an absolute choice of what statues we have. Why wouldn't we?
Yeah, what I heard is revenge. They melted it down.
I mean,
I think it was always planned
it
to be
wasn't a great
melted
monument to begin with.
down.
I know, but I'm just saying revenge in the sense of who after they got it, and it was the African American one too. They gonna melt it down. They want to show the fact.
Oh, yeah.
Show what we melted down and put it on display for all y'all to know. If we get any more statues, we melting that thing down too.
So who was a statue of?
Robert E. Lee.
And
Confederate war general.
Okay.
Yeah, he fought on the bad side.
Did
Yeah, he fought.
Okay.
He fought.
Yeah,
for the,
he was
people
fighting
that liked
for slavery. He wanted slavery, and so he fought a war. over
Okay.
it. Yeah,
And there's
so
people
we don't
that
need a
swear,
statue
like,
of him.
No, we want that statue because we fought for our rights. That's a thing.
Yeah, states' rights. Apparently,
Yeah,
states' rights to what?
that right was slavery, but
To
yeah.
Okay. I'm
Oh.
just
Just like
confused.
here, we have,
I'm
we
not
have
American. My bad.
Yeah, no,
I'm
this
in
is kind
Tennessee,
of drilled into
we
all
have-
of us young.
uh,
Like everybody knows this one.
But no, where I am or whatever, they take the kids to the Confederate, state park or whatever, where they have all the battle crap and everything.
Wait, which state are you in?
Tennessee.
Okay, you're in a Confederate state. That makes sense. You get the weirdness,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
How do you
And
feel
what
about that?
All I gotta say, I'm still out there like, so you telling me these cannons, they be firing the cannons too sometimes with
They-
with just black smoke or whatever. But I'm like, so these cannons do work. So what y'all planning if y'all gonna have an uprising? You just gonna use a cannon.
Maybe
out
Canada's going to use horses.
there. They got
Use what you got, you know.
They gonna ride up on you because I'm pretty sure some people still have muskets.
I think instead of a navy, Canada should just use like hockey players,
Yeah.
but just only fight where it's
Bro.
frozen. You'd always win, probably.
Yeah, so that's
until you go to Russia, and then that's another question because they ice too. But
honestly, like, I think maybe now I could be wrong in this way, but they should have put that in a museum to keep record of it. But that people know.
We have a record.
Yeah,
we know
but-
who he was. There's
yeah.
lots of records of this guy. We don't need a statue.
But-
Statues are not
we don't
records.
need one.
And I know
Or
not
history
not public at a museum because they
But-
want to show how bad of a person he was or like all that. But I guess they're not going to point him as a bad person. So
This is not something. Yeah, this is something promoting him as a good person. Actually, that's why you destroy
Yeah,
it.
so-
If you want to know about him, truthfully,
There's the history of why the statue was constructed in the first place, and the statue was actually constructed in the 1950s to specifically counteract civil rights movements.
So yeah, now if you remember, we found statues and everything, like from like the old days, before all everything happened, out in Egypt and all those places, you know, it could be the same point of what would you call it? They may think they may have worshipped this person, or this could be somebody who they loved or liked or some crap like that. It's not going to exactly tell you whatever points that they were for or whatever. It's just going to be like, hey, a dude riding a horse. He looked like he going into war or whatever. Who said that back just like in Rome or whatever, they still have everything.
yeah,
if anybody wants to do some reading, here's a great.
I'm not.
deep dive
So
for
you see where I'm coming from there, Jermaine? Are you agreeing with me or disagreeing with me?
No, because some people like hypothetically religions change and everything like that. So they may think it is a god that we worshipped. That's the whole point. A god that we worship, not you know. And he wasn't a god. He was somebody out here just trying to kill people.
Yeah. Okay.
Because he had bigoted reasons
For sure. Yeah. And that was
per se and everything. But the whole thing is, it always switches in transactions. Because in Florida, what slavery was? It was a what they say that now in that book. It was a what whatever they call it now. Whenever they keep on changing the history, it was a need so people can learn skills. It was skill building. That's what slavery was. They learned how to farm. They learned how to do a lot of things. That's the whole point of it, and all that.
okay.
Because what book was that? Because they that's what they're teaching now in Florida. Because they don't want you to teach race theory. They want you to teach their theory of uh, slavery was a choice.
See, I don't.
And it wasn't that bad. Some slaves actually enjoyed their masters. I know all these dumb talking points.
I've
And if
never
anybody
seen
wants
that.
to go into the reading of it, the Lost Cause of the Confederacy is what that's called. That's the movement.
Yeah,
It still
But
exists today.
it was a
It's the reason
choice.
all those statues were put up.
yeah. And
You
everything,
could
just like
also
they call
the Daughters of the
Independence
Confederacy,
homicides.
another one to look into. Like it's a whole movement of people trying to deny what the Civil War was about. And the main thing
Yeah.
is that they want to deny that it was about slavery. It was about slavery.
Yeah,
And actually,
it's still technically a homicide. What is that? Whatever you call it,
Um,
homicide, whatever. Whenever they kill a lot of people and all that, that's
Genocide.
technically what it was. They're
Genocide.
not going to say it. Yeah, genocide. They're not going to call it a genocide.
So here's
But
the
that's
tenets of the
hypothetically
Lost
what
Cause
was.
movement, and the second bullet point here is kind of the one I was saying here. Defense of states' rights rather than the preservation of chattel slavery was the primary cause that led 11 southern states to secede from the Union, thus fighting the war. This is what the Lost Cause movement believes, not me. Obviously, I know the Civil War was about slavery. The thing that stopped after it. We all knew it was about, like, it's not about states' rights. It's about slavery. But this is their
'cause they don't
number
have
two
to really
tenet
prove
is to say, no, it's about this. So
that's the whole thing. They keep on switching all these books out and everything in Confederate states. The
they
old
also want to
Confederate
withdraw
states.
from the Union. So, you know,
Yeah. Which
if you
some
want
of
to
them
go,
still
go.
do, but
Texas, I'm talking to you, Texas. Get the fuck out. If you want to go, go. You got your
yeah,
own grid.
because
What you waiting for?
their power grid sucks. We're gonna put it that way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
put it
know.
that
I know
way.
that's the answer. I know. And they needed a reliance of ours as the backup.
So
But also down here, this is where it says slavery was not only a benign institution, but a quote positive good. Like this is what they believed. Like it was actually good. It was not based on economic greed, and slaves were generally happy and loyal to their kind masters.
wow.
This is not true in any way, and it's gross if you follow this shit.
But the whole thing is they're trying to switch
Yeah. So it's
everything. They always trying to switch history from what it really was to make a certain group not look as bad.
yeah, and look, I'll be the first one to say statues belong in museums, but not these statues.
Okay.
Not these statues.
All right.
But statues in general,
like I said, I
sure.
don't know,
But not ones that were for this. They were built for this to try to rewrite my history.
Yeah, but that's the same thing as they kept, like if they kept, this is just an example. If they kept the hit, we're gonna say just hit. Y'all should understand that. If they kept those statues up,
I don't know, but I can't.
The Nazi statues. If Nazis kept up Nazi statues.
Yeah,
But
if
And in
Hitler,
fact, they went a step further and banned that kind of shit. Like, you can't even display that shit. In America, you still could display the Confederate flag.
right.
You cannot
Well,
display the
that's
Nazi
Virginia
flag in
flag.
Germany.
That's the Virginia flag, I think. So
They just removed that off their flag, did they not?
It's not the
No.
Virginia flag.
They
but-
did. No,
No.
what flag? West Virginia, wasn't it?
It was Mississippi, wasn't it?
and
They had it in there.
Yeah, in the corner, but they just removed it. You should look that up. The state just removed it this week.
Yeah, there was
They
a
moved it,
state
like,
that
a
had the
year ago.
Confederate
Oh,
flag
yeah.
in the corner of their flag.
And they just took it off their
Yeah.
flag immediately. Okay, yeah.
I wouldn't say immediately.
No, just like not
Hundreds of
really.
years
They just
after
like,
the
they just did
founding.
it. They just like as of this week, that's the new flag. That's what I'm saying.
No, it
right?
wasn't this week. It was.
We
like a
should have
year
done that
ago.
news story then.
So-
I didn't see the link for that one.
I thought it was a
would-
year ago.
I just saw the link the other day, and I guess I should have shared it. My bad.
Yep, that's on you.
Yeah,
Speaking of on you, this one is on Himoto.
yeah. All the next ones are. This is all you, bro.
Yeah, I mean, all three of them are basically part of the same thing. The main reason I kind of like this one's because it's actually been a big thing here, and it also kind of affects me, I guess.
Yeah, that's cool.
So essentially, the Fairmount Southampton is it's a Fairmount hotel, which is part of the larger company, I guess, Accor. But what's been trying to happen for like the past couple of years is that they've been trying to get approval to fully re-update everything outside of the hotel. So the hotel's closed right now. So what we have right now is the restaurant and a golf course. And a lot of people, I'm not really sure why. I didn't even read these articles, but they're all linked together in one. Essentially, they're trying to build condos around the area and also rebuild the hotel at the same time.
So this is saying it's an anchor hotel. I guess meaning that once a hotel's there, everything else around it will just pop up
Well,
because
the hotel itself
right?
is an anchor hotel because it would, I think, within our region at least for Fairmont, it is the largest of all of them. It's also one of the most. It was a hotel that actually employed the majority of the hospitality industry as a whole on the island. Because it was I think it was the biggest hotel on the island as well at the same time. So it did a lot for the economy, and it really was a big thing. So the fact that it's closed now, a lot of people are kind of out of jobs or working in industries that they wouldn't normally be. But a lot of people are actually really against the whole putting condos in, or whatever they are. I'm not too sure what it is. But it's it's a big deal.
Yeah, that sounds like
if
it.
you want, we can go through all three of them.
Yeah.
Like, we can look at all three of them because there's one side. So this is just the fact that it was approved, and then one side is saying this is good for these reasons, and there's another side that should like they're saying it's just not good, and a lot of it is obviously political as
But a
well.
whole bunch
So
of
like
rich folks are going to buy that, rich Americans and Canadians and all, right?
like the condominiums or
Yeah.
whatever.
And
Most
then,
likely, yeah. I
yeah, and
mean,
then they're gonna
yeah,
only be there once in a while. Then in the summertime
But
or wintertime, they're all gonna flock there. And now there's
yes,
nobody
but
working for them.
there's
Now,
a
now there's a whole bunch of locals there that don't have work because the condos are.
mm-mm.
You don't think so?
Their condos will be there in as well as the hotel.
Oh,
Well,
okay,
also
sorry.
people
So the
will
hotel's
rent it
still
out
going to
like
be there,
Airbnb.
I thought they were
and
gonna.
then
Yeah.
there's going to be condos around it as well.
All right.
But a lot of people are kind of against it. I think it's because of the new owners. So the way that it works with the hotel chain with this one, or I'm not sure if it's like with others as well. You earn the hotel can be owned by a separate company, but managed by the actual hotel chain itself, just to maintain that familiarity when you go to a hotel that's part of the same company or
Okay.
chain.
yeah.
But it's also
So
expensive.
like
I
the
think the government's
Hamptons
putting money
and
up as well. I guess I'm not sure.
wait,
So
wait,
this
who the owner? I want to see what the owner looked like. That's the real question.
What do you
you
look
get
like?
That's real question. I
all
need to
right.
see him, and I'll tell you what it's all about.
So they're estimating, and I don't know who this is, but PricewaterhouseCoopers.
PricewaterhouseCoopers is it's a company in Bermuda. I
Yeah,
can't
they're
remember what they
estimating
actually
1.4
do.
billion dollar impact economics. I mean, that's a lot of money.
It's a fuck ton, yeah.
And they're saying
It's a
part of
lot.
that's job creation, part of it's just impact for more local services,
Mhm,
more jobs,
That's
more
questionable
businesses.
for sure.
because
I don't know how you
if
come up
all
with
of
that
it goes
number, but
not because if it was mostly automated, like that if you can make a hotel mostly automated, you don't need employees.
That's
You only
true.
need the employees to clean the rooms, which most times they don't hire locals for that. They'll go to an outside company that hires um, people who may and may not be legal. We're gonna say it that way. That that needs a job, and that company doesn't ask questions.
Gotcha. You'd be
'Cause-
surprised though what part of the reasoning is. It's less so about the economic side or like jobs or anything like that, or like being able to live in the condos or whatever. It's more along the lines of what it does to the overall landscape of the actual location where it's set. Because right now it's on a lot of like greenery, like trees and all that, and it looks it's beautiful.
Oh, so they're gonna
Uh,
So a lot
destroy
of
a
people are
beautiful
not
natural habitat for.
essentially
Yeah, I gotcha.
so
to
this
a
says
degree,
that they're
yeah.
doing it because they want people.
Well, it'd be like if
Mhm.
Hawaii
That's
bulldozed a
not
park
gonna work.
They
It's
need
for
not gonna
people.
work.
condos.
That's what they're not gonna increase by
They
that much because they're gonna destroy so much of, like he said, the greenery and all that. Because all it's gonna really add is what 257 people, but those are all gonna be people who are about 50 years old who got the money to spend. They're not gonna be out there having babies. Where do you go with
I
it?
think it's less so about that and
So
more
they
about the
mentioned
fact
like
that
a
people
number of
leave because
houses
of
up
lack
here.
of 91 residential units, yeah. Lack of like opportunity to actually work or grow
Yeah.
in an industry. It was like our main industry back in the day. I think now it's second only to insurance companies or reinsurance companies, something like
Yeah.
that. But yeah, it's been a big thing for a while. It's actually silly. I get it, but at the same time, I would love to actually be able to go to work and not worry whether tomorrow my job's just not going to be a job.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So you're in favor of this being
Wait, is
built.
that the picture of the dude?
Uh,
Is this the
Hold
guy?
up.
okay,
Is it?
so that is, I think he's
No,
the leader of the opposition team.
this is the other team.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
okay. I was about to say.
he's part of the
We will do
OBA.
better.
Yeah, no, they never win. It's outrageous. They just don't like they were in power for a while, and then once they got out, it was it was done. And it's because of the fact that this party was predominantly mm, they weren't the same color as the other party, and because we are majority black, a lot of the times the other party, which would be the PLP, which is the Progressive Labor Party, was they were just mainly black people as well. and it's just racially
Motivate.
right? Yeah, it's just basically just racial, right? And so back in the day, it was UBP, which was the United Bermuda Party, and they became the OBA, and they got a lot of black people in.
I want to see
It
who in this
hasn't
picture
really
who bought it is. Let's see that dude.
whoever owns the Gencom company. Which I
Well,
don't know.
it had a name on it.
There she is.
That's
This
not
is
her.
Tracy Berkeley, the chief executive of this is now
The BTA, Bermuda Tourism
BTA.
Authority.
So wait, did the
Okay,
first article have it and I just skipped it too quick or something? Who
It
was
said
it?
Mr.
There he is.
Gencom is a company. That is our
Walter Roban.
deputy
That's the
premier.
guy.
Walter
Right?
Roban. He's actually the Minister of Home Affairs. Stop.
Wait,
You are
the guy?
such a
pull up on that.
This is
Pull
no.
up
It said
on that.
Mr. Roban is the one that said everything rides on this. It's an anchor hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Wait, look at that beard real quick.
It's a good beard. It's clean.
Yeah, look at them teeth though.
Looks good. Okay, stop.
Teeth are a little wobbly.
Oh.
But no, I don't. I can't.
He
trust
probably
this
needs a little
man
more
right here.
sleep. He's got a little sagging on the eyes. Like, what are we doing here, though?
I want to see the other side of his hairline though. That's what I want to see. I want to see the other side of that hairline and make
All right,
sure.
sir, could you turn? We just need to judge your hair real quick.
I can confirm
no.
it's actually not that bad. It's actually pretty good, honestly.
Okay. I just making sure. Making sure he probably spending $2,000 on that dude to come cut his hair at his home.
Bro,
So
he
he don't
probably
have to be
pays
seen out.
$1. They probably go to his house for sure. 100%.
Yeah, but
most goals.
so my question is somebody in the same company with the same name as him? Because if it has the same last name, it would make sense of why it has been
Well,
approved.
it's not owned by a Bermuda company. So it's I don't know. Let me give me 1 second. I gotta look. See. Gencom. Gencom is
Because
I assume it's a big company.
yeah, but
All
if
right.
one executive is in there and they hired, I mean, if the executive, if the CEO hired an executive with the same last name, it would make sense because then they have leverage in the government.
Oh, wait, is Gencom a Bermuda?
Because government officials will most likely
Okay. Oh,
allegedly
100%.
hire
They're probably in bed together. It's a U.S.
whoever.
based investment firm.
Yeah, boom. There you go.
So they own, operate, and develop prized real estate around the world. It's just a normal thing that they do, with an emphasis on luxury hotels, resorts, and branded residential properties.
But how long is this project going to last? That's a real question. Because you can
Bro,
pop up a hotel in 3 months. I know that for a fact.
ours would not take 3 months. It wouldn't. It definitely could not. The
They'll
speed at
bring
which we do things is slow as hell.
no, they will
Ah,
bring people in from out of the country to finish stuff.
took him
Yeah, but
6
they
months
gotta
to fill a
tear out.
pothole
They
here
gotta
once.
gut the whole hotel. They have to gut out the whole hotel first, and then
Yeah.
rebuild it up. They probably gotta do some like extra stuff as well. Like it's not. If you look up the hotel, Fairmount Southampton, it's not a small little hotel.
Yeah. But no, like here or whatever,
Or
hypothetically,
Fairmount Hotel and Resorts.
they build I forgot how many units I think it was like 250 or no, it wasn't
Mhm.
250. It was about 250 to 300 units attached to a hotel and it has a little restaurant. They popped that thing up in 6 months
Holy
in
shit! Oh
downtown
wow!
Nashville
Dang!
or whatever.
But
And
we
That's a
use
little
it's
actually
gonna
fast.
like
fall, and it's gonna probably collapse within a year. But
ours wouldn't
No,
because ours would probably be built out of like what ours is built out of. Like our
uh,
houses are built of like cinder block and stuff like
Yeah, it's
that,
made
and our
to
hotels
resist a
are as well.
hurricane.
yes,
yeah, yeah.
so
Yeah,
Also,
I
like
know.
getting
But
resources to Bermuda is a little different
hey,
than
it's
the right
expensive as
amount of
well.
money, you can do anything.
exactly.
Because the right amount of money, you can have about 7 ships floating down there with cinder blocks
Oh yeah.
within
But
the
the thing
same
about this
day.
is that it kind of affects me twice because I work here, but my father also does as well. But he does the purchasing,
Yeah.
so like he's pretty much fine.
Mhm.
But it's a lot. It's on 40 hectares of freaking 40 hectares. That's a lot.
Yeah.
How much is 40
It's
hectares?
Is that the same as a
it's
hectare?
yeah, sorry, hectare, hectare, I guess.
I believe that's 1 metric Disneyland.
Ah, yes.
1 metric Disneyland.
7 Canadian dollars.
So one hectare is 100 acres.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a
So,
lot.
is there anything else to go on here, or should we wrap the show up for
I
tonight?
have nothing else for this.
Anybody else have anything else?
No,
Any-
I don't really do that whole catchphrase thing. But Jermaine, do you have anything to
We actually
To-
all kind of stopped that.
anything to
but-
say?
My first man said the first story. He guilty.
Oh my gosh.
We already know that. However, I'll prove that guilty, and I say whoever go to jail in these trials out here, they will. All the co-defendants will plead guilty and just pay a fine, and then Trump will be held in the dirt. I'm just saying.
So,
If you
yeah.
don't know what he's referring to, on a previous episode, we covered a story where somebody was basically on another manhunt, different kind of manhunt, but was being charged with killing some lady. And Jermaine was very what was the phrase you said?
Passionate.
Man's not guilty.
Man.
No,
You
that
said
wasn't it.
was
That
such
wasn't it.
disappointment. Yeah, you can't say it like that. So,
That's not, you didn't even use the
Well,
right
first
word.
off,
My man's is
Hey.
innocent.
man,
Wasn't it my
citizen.
man?
my man's innocent, and she just wanted to be knocked down
Yeah.
one time. That's
She
all I
hit
gotta
the
say.
headboard. Wait,
Hard.
I didn't say he hit her head.
Whoa, whoa,
She
whoa.
hit the
Okay.
headboard.
So anyway, thank you very much for coming on the show. We appreciate it. I'm sure you'll be back. We might need a few weeks to recover, but that's on us.
Hey.
I'm kidding, Jermaine. We love you here. Thanks for being on.
Our favorite lawyer.
Yes. Moto.
No, nothing from me
Okay.
actually.
Well, thanks for coming on tonight. I am sure we'll
Happy.
see you next week sometime. Monday,
For sure.
Who knows?
Hopefully.
Yes, Jace.
I'm gonna either find something to watch, play some video games. We'll see.
I gotta go spin my wheel. I don't know. Gotta do that.
Oh yeah, my cop hasn't spent the wheel yet. You guys gotta figure out how
we spin a
ATMs
wheel on
work.
GTA. But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, y'all enjoy that. I'm gonna City Skyline
And-
for a minute.
And Dustin.
How is it?
It's okay. My wife had my card, so I had to go check how much I have on my card before I try to send you that thing. My wife had the card, so I had to reevaluate my finances because all I
worries,
know
man.
is I'm pretty sure I seen a $20 charge right before she came home, and I've been seeing charges all day. So
yeah.
Oh.
Dustin.
Oh, no.
I'll probably just get the game myself, to be honest. I don't mind.
oh yeah, but like I said, it's decent. It's just a little bit of Skitty Skyline 1 is better because they're gonna microtransaction the whole goddamn thing, like everything in the world.
Of course.
Dustin, what do you got to
Yes,
say?
thank you.
I just want to thank everyone for being here, everyone watching live, and everyone who watches later on YouTube's and everywhere else. Make sure to click buttons. I like
Yes.
buttons.
Like, follow, subscribe.
Yep. Subscribe, like.
Can I see them buttons real quick?
If you haven't
Nope.
followed already, please like the follow. Every follow helps us grow here at Borderline Banter. The more followers.
Here's the buttons. Here's the buttons you click.
And there's also the kick button, which I can't add yet, but I will as soon as I can. But yeah. Thank you very much for coming. As always, it's okay not to, like as we say, it's okay not to be okay. If you ever need someone to talk to, there are people to reach out to. I've been there. I'm sure a lot of people have been there. It's okay. There's in the States, call 988. Here in Canada, it's 1-833-456-4566. You can also text them, but only at certain hours. But never be afraid. Thanks for watching. We'll all see you on Monday. Cheers. We'll see you before Halloween, don't worry.